times I did this video. I don't know how many times. I actually did this video about 15 times. But as of right now, I'm actually working on editing this video, but this is past me, so you're watching the video now, but at the time I was actually editing this video watching right now. There was a lot of unexplained things about this video, and you may notice that it's actually incomplete. For some people are kind of like, it looks complete to me, you know. It's not complete actually. Let me give you guys a quick breakdown about this video. This video was supposed to last for not 5 days, but 14 days. I actually filmed, as you can see, 5 days, but I actually did 8 days. And one of the days I did morning and night workout, but I didn't film those days. So it's like 2 days, but it's like really it would have been 3. So it would have been 8 days in total. I didn't film 3 of those. And the reason behind it was because I had a literal mental breakdown. I was going to be seeing my therapist that same week I started. And I was doing fine. I was really committed to it. I was like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do 50 squats, 25 sit-ups, and 25 crunches, which the crunches part I actually added because I wanted to make it more interesting. So in total, for the 14 days, I was going to do 100 sets. And in total, at the end of this whole challenge, I would have done 1,400. And I was really proud of it. I was really committed to doing this. The day before I went to my therapy, I had a sit-down conversation with my grandmother. It started off as a casual conversation of what I was going to talk to my therapist about. I was at the time very selective of what I was going to say because I didn't want this therapist to think I was like really crazy. And two, I was still used to the idea of I didn't want her to pity me. Like I said, started off as a casual conversation, led to me crying profusely on the couch. Crying profusely of things that I regretted isn't even a word, regretted, things that upsetted me, things that made me like sad, things that I wish that happened when I was in Florida, things that I wish I changed when I was in Florida, or things that I wished happened when like my mother was still alive, and things I just in general kind of regretted. So next day, I made a joke saying that, well, I'm going to start crying again. I wore no makeup and I was super nervous. I sat down across from her and I just opened up, and the stuff that I was going to just share with her, I did say to her, but I added more. And at the end of the session, I was still upset, but she told me that I had a lot of suppressed anger and I had anxiety. And she's like, your anxiety actually stems all the way back to your childhood. That anytime that my mom was brought into the picture, like any topic of revolving around my mother, I was super sensitive about talking about her. And I'm going to say it now, my mom and I didn't have a great relationship. She was more of a stranger to me. Then when it comes to my father, I had no idea who my dad was. We had speculations that it was one guy, but then another figure came into mind, and then another and another. It got to the point where it turned into a Mamma Mia story. And it didn't help that when this whole theory about who my real dad was happened after my mom passed away. So I couldn't really ask her, like, you know, any questions that any person would want to know about the real dad. So I never had a chance to ask her that. Fast forward, when I got back home, I vented to her a little bit more. As I got into more depth about it, I started crying again, and I started venting to my grandmother more. And I literally was so emotionless for about a week. I put the video on hold. I kept saying that I was gonna come back and I was gonna pick up where I left off, have it up hopefully by July, and sure enough, I didn't pick it up. I just dropped it all together. I didn't want to deal with it anymore. And this is where I kept going to therapy. I told my therapist about a lot of this stuff, and I just started to forget about the summer body challenge until people started reminding me about it. And I just never finished it. And as you can see, it's like really incomplete. It's 5 days. And I have like 3 days that are not filmed. One of the days was 2. Do I regret not finishing it? To be honest, no, I don't. When I did this whole thing, I actually did it on an account that was associated with my old self, with my past Lina, where I actually let people tell me what to do, tell me how I should live my life. I was very weak-minded at times whenever my anxiety kind of kicked in, or whenever something happened, I didn't know what to do. I just let people basically ruin my life. I lived off stress and drama, and I thrived off, negativity, and that was the only thing that kept me going. But I deleted that old account in May, so anything that had to associate with anything from my past life was gone. So that video, that 13-day challenge, or 14-day challenge, was gone too. But I still had the footage, and I didn't want to put it to waste, so I wanted to give it to you guys, kind of a showcase of my old self, and kind of give you guys an explanation about what happened, but also tell you that that old me is gone. I'm actually a lot better. I've been, like I said, been going to therapy. I've been doing a lot of different stuff to help me kind of push myself and motivate myself to do something above and beyond. Getting rid of that account, not doing the challenge really helped me out a lot, because I just felt better about myself. However, next year I will do the challenge. I will film it, and I won't post it up. I won't post up like the whole thing, like, hey guys, I'm gonna do this again. I'm just gonna do my original plan. Just do 14 days, 50 crunches and sit-ups and squats every day for 14 days, and that's it. But I love you guys, so thank you for taking the time to watch this throwback video. So that was like a lopsided heart, but I love you guys.